Hello, my friends, and welcome to my studio. Here at the studio, I don't have a good like neutral background. Like I didn't want to just use a green screen for this kind of video. I just didn't seem right. I wanted something a little more neutral, a little more casual. But I don't have a good basic casual background, so I just thought I'd do like the thing where I make it look like, it's my studio, and this is just a very casual but kind of personal video because I got stuff all over. You know, I like put the camera at a stupid angle so you can see like the edge of my green screen and like the foam on the wall and where some of them have fallen off. I just put a light here, just cause it's personal. It gives it that kind of vibe, you know? Yeah, it's a little behind the scenes. You know, it's something from the heart. So I have not done an update video in a super long time. I think since Christmas 2017. Has this really been that long? Yeah, I think it has. I try not to do them. Most people don't want to watch them, usually, just historically. Did I do one in 2018? I don't remember. The point is, and usually when I do, I try to wrap it up into like a big celebration thing, you know, kind of make it like a celebration and update. That's what I planned on doing with my 500,000 subscriber 5-year anniversary. That has not happened yet, and I still plan on doing it. Do not think I've forgotten. There's no possible way that I will not celebrate having 500,000 subscribers. We are already approaching my 6th anniversary, so I'll probably not focus so much on the anniversary angle. Thank you for your patience, by the way. This is more of an impromptu thing. I'm just kind of doing. I just had some stuff I want to tell you, and here I am to tell you the stuff. And the stuff is, I'm tired. But let's start from the beginning here. I'm not going to go all the way into it, but if you've been following me for a long time, especially since the Christmas update video in 2017, you know that I live with a good number of family members, and I have a lot of personal responsibilities that I share with those family members. So in leading up through 2017, all of my free time was the channel because I had a lot of other responsibilities that I had to take care of. And the channel was a side thing. So that was obviously very exhausting. I basically had no free time. 2018 was the first year that I was able to do this job full time, you know, like 40 hours a week plus just commit to my channel. And that was cool. My content, the amount of content just kind of increased dramatically. I remember back when it was really hard to make one video a week. But then after that, obviously, things really started ramping up. 2019 was the year that I brought on Kane as a full-time editor. Kane, some sort of Kane image is appearing right here next to me. There he is. He's been doing an amazing job. In case you haven't been able to tell, he just edits most of my videos, and he's great, and he's awesome. Thank you, Kane. But like naturally, so then now you've got 2 people committing full-time work to Arlo stuff, to the channel. And since then, things have been bonkers. Like our output has been crazy. So it was 1 a week, and then it was like 2 a week, like 8 a month. And now we're looking at like 11, 12 videos a month on average. That's like 3 a week. Just our output has been totally crazy, and it's been awesome. It has helped to grow the channel. It's been a lot of fun. There's just a ton of videos, and so anybody who likes watching my channel probably likes that there are just that many videos to watch, and that's great. But the bar has been set so high, and we're kind of reaching a point where the current pace is not feeling as sustainable as it used to. And like our output was already really nuts, but then obviously this year has brought with it a whole lot of additional stressors to pretty much everyone in the whole world, and it's not been helping the overall productivity and our own mental well-being. So we have started to realize that we need more breaks. Any breaks at all. Yeah. That's what we've been thinking. So at the time of this recording, Kane is actually on a week-long vacation. Congratulations, Kane. So I've been, holding down the fort. And so cons are usually kind of like my breaks. They're really, really exhausting, and they're pretty much like work, like an even more tiring work. But at least they provide a change of pace. They're a lot of fun. I get to see my friends. I get to see fans. And then I'll get little tiny bits of free time, time to myself on the plane or in the hotel or whatever. And so now not having cons this year. Like, I did get to go to PAX, and that was great, but since then, a lot of cons that were gonna happen have passed, and not having that change of pace, that even small amount of time to myself has been wearing on me. So, like, the last few weeks have been really, really hard. I have been just having a really hard time focusing on my work. I sit down at the computer and just nothing comes out. It's just really hard to stay focused. And one of the problems is I could just stare at nothing, because just being quiet and alone with my own thoughts is like fun. It's like that fun and satisfying to just stare at nothing that it's making it really hard to get any work done. And like week after week, this keeps happening. I get to the end of the week and I go, what did I even do this week? I should have been able to do so much more. And I keep like blaming myself, like, oh, it's a willpower thing. I'm just not trying hard enough, you know? And that's not really it. I'm just starting to realize that it doesn't matter how much you love doing something. If you do it all day, every day, you'll probably reach a point where your brain just says, take a break, buddy. You can't do the same thing forever without some sort of significant break somewhere. And like looking back on my life, all of my like lowest times, like in terms of like mental well-being, were times when I was kind of stuck and nothing was changing, you know, and just things were going around in circles, and that makes my brain, my thought patterns go around in circles, and everything just gets kind of stale and yucky. And the ways that I broke away from that, it was breaking away from that, like going away, taking breaks, changing things up. So a few days ago on Monday, I'd had yet another weekend, and I thought, this is the week. This is when I finally do it. I'm going to sit down in front of that computer, and it's going to just work, and I'm going to work, and I'm going to be back to normal, and I'm going to be refreshed and perfect, and I'm going to get a ton of work done. And I sat down, and nothing happened. And the day ended after 8 hours, and I looked, and I said, what did I barely did anything. I barely accomplished anything. And that was when I knew something had to change. Something had to change. So what I did is I laid out all of my problems and my desires, my wants and the things getting in the way of those wants, as a way to sort of just puzzle out what I need to do to solve each problem. This is what I do whenever I'm just feeling overwhelmed by a situation. Just like lay it all out, write it out if you have to, and just tackle it one thing at a time. Okay, so what do I want? Okay, want. I want to catch up with my work. Why can't I? Because I'm feeling super burnt out. Solution, take more breaks. Done. Okay, I want to feel more creatively stimulated and fulfilled with my job. To do that, I must work on side projects that are not necessarily regular content. How do I do that? By getting caught up with my work and even getting ahead in my work. How do I do that? By taking breaks. Oh, I'm starting to see a pattern here. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but it's almost starting to seem like everything that I want to do and achieve and have links back to my own mental well-being. Wow, what a concept! Every sign leads to taking more breaks. Every flowchart, they all end up just leading down to, boom, go on vacation. So when I realized all this, I booked an emergency trip. I realized that this was not going to change. I had to change it on purpose by taking a break. So, today is Wednesday. I realized this on Monday. Tomorrow, Thursday, I am taking a break. I am driving to the coast. I'm going to drive to the coast. I'm going to be at the coast. I'm going to eat at some restaurants. I'm going to have my phone off. I'm going to go on the beach. I'm going to go hiking in the redwoods. I'm going to sleep under the stars and a roof in an Airbnb. And it's just gonna be me. And, I've never done that before. Never. I've never gone on a purposeful vacation-type trip by myself, just me, myself, and I. Never. I've always been with people. I've always gone on trips for different reasons. But, like, just to relax, just to be alone with my thoughts, that's a luxury never realized how much I wanted and needed. I'm just gonna spend a few days there, not even that much, but I can't even tell you how excited I am. I don't know if I've ever been this excited to go on a trip, and I'm not even gonna be doing that much, but it's just gonna be me. It's gonna be so good. By the time you watch this, my trip will be done. This is being recorded on Wednesday. It'll probably go out next week. And I'm hoping this all helps. But what does that mean for the channel? Basically, I'm here to tell you, in this very long-winded way, I'm gonna need to take more breaks. And I'm going to need to loosen up on the schedule a little bit. Things just need to change, and this does not mean that we're going on a long hiatus. There's not going to be like a super long gap between content. This does not mean that content is going to slow to an absolute crawl. It just means that I'm just going to have to be a little more loosey-goosey with things. I'm going to have to allow myself to put out less sometimes in order to gain myself time to both have time to myself, have breaks, and also to work on side content, like I was saying. Like, I have so many projects I want to be working on. I just, like, have this ravenous desire to work on pretty much at all times, but it's really, really hard to dedicate myself to that stuff just in little bits here and there. You know, I want to, like, spend whole weeks on them, and I can't do that with the schedule that we have been maintaining recently. And most of these projects are ones that you will probably find interesting, that are at least somewhat related to the channel. They're just not related to the everyday stuff, you know, the regular content that we put out regularly. And yeah, like I said, I just want to be working on this stuff so much. So moving forward, I need to ensure that I can. And like you've probably already observed me cutting a few corners here and there, especially like back in like March and April when the whole virus situation was getting really, really bad. It was hard for me to work. It was hard for me to find the time or the space to work. So there was a lot less of this on the camera most of the time. Sometimes I go through a period of time where there are fewer scripted videos, you know, like the really nice, big edited ones, and a lot more of the, you know, unscripted, off-the-cuff ones that are a bit easier to do. And this has led to, you know, a fair amount of comments from people talking about how the quality of my channel has gone down, and they don't like just watching gameplay clips without my face in them. And I get it, and like people are totally able to give me that kind of feedback. You know, if you think that things are not going as well as they used to, you know, you can tell me. I just ask. Most people are cool about it, by the way. Like, most of you guys have been totally patient, totally understanding. It's just like sort of a general PSA thing right now. If you enjoy a creator and you are observing that, I don't know, maybe the quality is, you know, lacking a little, or they're just not putting out as much, or they're not doing as much of what you want, before you say anything, try to picture things from their point of view. Try to imagine that there might be concrete reasons why things might be going this way. You know, stress in their life, their own mental well-being, like I've been talking about, the time that they have for videos. There's just a lot of factors. A lot of things go into this. So that's why I so much appreciate you guys who are just always so cool about it, always so understanding about me and what my schedule needs to look like. And I keep circling around the point. The point is, what is going to happen on the channel? How is this going to affect things? I've really been enjoying doing the Nintendo News Roundup. It's a way for me to just have something to talk about pretty much no matter what goes on in the realm of Nintendo. That's always a video that I can pretty much always count on. So I really enjoy that. So I really want to keep doing that, at the very least one roundup per week, as long as there's enough news for it. Then beyond that, I want to have at least one other video, you know, you got the roundup on Sunday and then a different video on a different day. Obviously there will be things that will come up and I'll just randomly do a video about it. But I might be purposefully stretching out my content a little more proactively. Usually I like to have a lot of stuff in the week, and I like to do at least one really highly produced scripted video per week. And if I don't do a highly edited scripted video, then I'll do like a bunch of little more simple videos. But like that it's just a little bit too much. So you might see a more casual, unscripted video will be like the one video, and then like the next week there might be another one, and like that's still 8 videos a month. Like that's still 2 videos a week, which is pretty darn good. But for those of you who don't watch the roundups, it's not really your thing, then to you it's really only like 1 video a week. So yeah, like basically I'm just gonna be, if I have content that I have done that is completed and it's not like a super topical thing I want to get out right away, I will be more likely to hold on to it for a while longer. You know, like, oh, that video will go out next week, and that'll be like on Wednesday or something. And the goal is just to not be so aggressive with the uploads. You know, I like to be aggressive, and there will be times when I will be, like especially if I start getting more time to myself and feeling more energized, and then like, something like Paper Mario or just some big news comes, and, you know, I like to work a lot. I think it's fun when I have the energy to do so. But you will just, you might notice sometimes when the content seems a little bit more thin. There will be times when it feels a little more sparse, and I just need you to understand that during those times, like, that is me buying myself time. That is me purchasing time for myself to take breaks and to work on side projects. So yeah, like, not too much is going to change. You just might notice that, and I want to be forward with you so that when you see that happen, you know exactly why. You know why sometimes things seem totally crazy and I put out like 1 million videos, and then why other times it's a little slow. You know, just like the roundup and then like 1 other video, and then that's like it till next week. So that's basically it. I don't want to yak too much longer. I've already yacked for quite a long time. The TLDR is I'm feeling burnt out. Arlo is feeling burnt out, and I just need to just slow things down a bit. At least sometimes, not all the time, but quite often, I just need to I need to pay more attention to my own mental well-being. Kane is too. It's a thing that we are both working on. And while we're here, and I know that only the hardcore Arlo fans are still watching this because I've been talking for so long while I've got you here, I love you. I love you so much. I love you guys so much. You, man, you have no idea. You have no idea how special you are to me. How special it is that I can do what I do and people like it. And I just have so many cool fans. I have the absolute coolest fans. I love you. My patrons, thank you so much to my patrons, obviously. This whole situation has been weird on YouTube. The income hasn't been exactly what it's always been, but you patrons have always been there to keep things consistent. And when things have gotten scary, you guys have always had my back, and that's been a massive, massive just weight off my shoulders. Just a massive stress release. Just, I don't know, knowing you guys are there. You're so cool. Please never give unless you absolutely can. Like, it's really easy for you to give. Please don't. I always have to throw that in there. Whenever I thank my patrons, I gotta be like, yeah, but we're all having a hard time right now. So only give if you absolutely want to. If not, that is cool. I could have 0 patrons and I would still love doing what I do. So thank you so much to every single person who ever watches my videos. I love you all. I should not talk anymore. It's just like an update. I never do update videos. So I'm like, what else could I talk about? I really shouldn't. I should just go. Goodbye. Have a good day. I love you. I wish I could hug you. I wish I could safely hug you and we were together in the same room and we're just giving a big, big fuzzy hug. Please imagine that's happening, because that's what I'm imagining is happening. Hugs. 500,000 hugs. Each one lasting no fewer than 10 seconds, and I will not budge on that. It would take a while, but darn it, I would get through it because you guys are worth it. I love you. Have a wonderful day. Vacation! Vacation's all I ever wanted! Vacation, do-do-do-do-do-do. Vacation, moving the light now. Gotta clean up the studio. Vacation, do-do-do-do-do. Gonna get back in my bags today. Vacation, do. I'ma eat a ham.